Still no foul shots made for the Knights.
That's an amazing feat to not have hit any foul shots in the game and still be leading by 10.
With 2:37 to go in the game, they haven't hit one foul shot.
I guess all those three-point shots they had make up for those missed free throws.
Well, it certainly helps. Certainly helps.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Hobson's going to give those up.
Boy, there's Antoine again. And a timeout called by Baltimore City with 2:20 to go in the ball game, 75-67. Here's a replay.
Antoine's really been a scoring machine for Baltimore City today. He's come ready to play. He's come just really determined to not let his team lose, and he's doing everything in his power to bring this team back from this deficit.
Antoine is 10 for 24 from the field, Joe.
He's not shy of putting it up there, is he, Michael?
Well, I tell you, I'm hard-pressed to remember anybody else scoring in the second half for Baltimore City. I think Torres has had a couple, and I think maybe Melvin Rhodes.
I think Hall maybe had one basket.
He may have had one or two on a putback, but it really has been the Deshaun Antoine story here in the second half for Baltimore City.
That's right, and, Coach Musko said before the game, he told us that he really believes that Deshaun Antoine is the best overall player on his team, which means the best combination player. Maybe somebody shoots better than he does, maybe somebody rebounds better than he does, but nobody on that team does as much in the whole as he does. Puts
it all together, all the facets of the game, and I there's no argument to that from what we've seen here tonight.
No argument whatsoever, and in terms of scoring, he's definitely been the best scorer on their team today.
He's their number 1 through 5 option offensively.
He has become in the second half for sure.
The difference here is the Knights have an 8-point lead, and they have a little more variety in what they can do offensively.
And it's good for the Knights that Dante Nicholas hasn't had to do as much scoring as he's had early in the season. They found more players who can score.
And there's a blocking call, and if that's on Torres, I believe that's his 5th. And we're going to see that again, and he definitely stepped in there late.
Yeah, Dante Nicholas kind of got out of control, got bailed out right there when Torres stepped under him, and Torres walks off the court. That walk of a man who just fouled out of a game.
So that means Bobola has to go in, and that's going to change their offense a little bit because they're going to have to go with 2 guards now.
Yeah, Bobola isn't really as much of a ball handler as Torres is, so that means that Antoine and Melvin Rhodes will have to handle the ball a little bit more for the team.
There's Nicholas. He makes it. First foul shot made of the night by the Knights.
Mark that down. 2:10 left in the second half. First foul shot made.
And he makes them both.
It's a streak.
10-point lead for the Knights with 2:10 to go in the ball game. Knights with full court pressure, and there's a foul by Armstrong.
Armstrong was just a little bit too anxious there. He made it to where the ball was going before the ball got there, but he actually tried to go through a player to get to it. You actually have to go around them, or they're going to call the foul.
That's his 3rd foul. 4th foul, correct that. 18 fouls on Baltimore, 4 for the Knights. There's Antoine, no good. Armstrong and Nicholas. Armstrong comes out with it, gets it to Nicholas. Less than 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Minute 50.
Look for Baltimore City to try to trap a lot more and try to get Rockville to turn it over.
And pretty soon they're going to have to start fouling. There's Armstrong. That little jumper he likes, no good, but a nice rebound there. And put back by Tyshawn Reed.
With Baltimore City extending their defense, that leaves more space open for the rebound. Tyshawn Reed crashes the board with no one there to block him out. Gets that rebound, puts it back in.
Uncontested. There's Hall. He has it stolen by Aldridge. Bobola gets it back. Baltimore City putting it up, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds, and who gets it? Looks like Baltimore City will retain.
Melvin Hall made a mistake right there. He's 6 feet 6 inches tall. He gets that rebound, but he brings it down low where the smaller players, the below bases, the 5'7" guys can get down to it. You can see it right here. He brings it down.
And they got it.
You got Vertner Aldridge, who all of 5'8", gets in and steals the ball from him.
The little Nats got it away from the big giant. And another loose ball out of bounds, and Baltimore will retain possession again. But meanwhile, precious seconds ticking off the clock. We have just a minute to go in the game. The Knights enjoying a 12-point lead.
And Baltimore City needs to start hoisting up some threes now if they want to have a chance to win this game.
And there's a bad inbounds. Hinnett comes up with the steal to Nicholas, and now the Knights will pull it back out and use some clock. Down low to Armstrong. Why not?
You know what? They can use some clock, but if they have a wide open layup right there, they might as well just go ahead and take it. It's a missed three-point shot by Melvin.
Baynard, long shot.
Yeah, it was a long shot. He hasn't hit too many of those this game especially.
81-69 Knights, 30 seconds to go in the ball game.
Yes, they might want to start fouling or doing something if they want to win this game.
You would think. They're trying to foul, but no, they're not calling it.
20 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like Baltimore City is giving up. They're going to let the clock run out.
And they have. That will be the way the ball game ends. As the Knights pull off the win, 81-69. 83-69 as the dunk will count at the end of the ball game, and that's the ball game.
And Baltimore City, in an attempt to answer that dunk, actually threw the ball away without having a chance to answer and get a couple more points on the board.
Well, that's the end of our ball game. The final score: the Montgomery College Rockville Knights 83. The Baltimore City Community College Panthers 69. Joe and I will be right back with some final thoughts after this.